What's going on, everybody? This is Chris Classic doing a car vlog. Taking a break at work, so um, I was actually gonna do this on the way to work, but I didn't want to be late, so I made it. Thank God. This is a wonderful day. If nobody told you today, make sure that you know that I love you, God loves you, and Christ loves you. Make sure you subscribe to the Take It Home Podcast YouTube channel, this channel that you're currently on, and make sure you subscribe to C3 Ultimate Wrestling, me and my wife's professional wrestling company. We have our main event from our last show in June 10th called 10. We have Just Amazing versus Miles Mercer for the C3 Ultimate Championship. It's going to be a great match, and it was a great match, so make sure you subscribe. Um, I wanted to talk about LA Knight. Um, I like LA Knight. I watched him when he was in Championship from Hollywood. I believe that's what the show was called. Like, it was like on like a local thing on like the cable box or whatever like that. And I'm familiar with some of his work on Impact Wrestling as Eli Drake. So I've seen like some of his stuff, and I do like his stuff. And I do think that when he went to NWA, I think he found more of a good footing. People was behind him. He has like an old school feel, especially when it comes to his promos and the way he talks and he carries himself. And he was in NXT as LA Knight, and then they had him as what, Max Dupree with the Maximal models and stuff like that. But people really wanted him to be LA Knight, and WWE obliged and let him be LA Knight. And now he's becoming one of the most over stars in WWE, to where everybody is saying, yeah. Like, if you want to get over, just have a positive affirmation as your catchphrase. Yeah, Stone Cold, hell yeah. You got Daniel Bryan, yes. Now you got LA Knight, yeah. So he's getting over, and even at Money in the Bank, the crowd went crazy for him. London, they went crazy for him. Every time he touched the ladder, he was getting cheered. He could have played Chutes and Ladders, and they just would have loved him. So, some people are very critical on him, and one of them was Kevin Nash. And Kevin Nash basically said that LA Knight was a ripoff of The Rock. He was just waiting for him to say, I'm going to take my boot, stick it sideways and stuff like that, and he should call himself the White Rock. So I wanted to talk about that real quick. I think that when a wrestler gets over and becomes popular, sometimes we, not just them, but we compare them to wrestlers from the past, or even current wrestlers that are very popular. Like, we just do that. We compare companies, we compare wrestlers, we compare gear, music. We do these kind of things. So with LA Knight, I do see LA Knight doing great if he was in the Attitude Era, giving him a chance and things like that. You had the Rock falling out with back and forth promos with Stone Cold, with Triple H, with Jericho, and things like that. And I do see LA Knight doing something good with that. Now, he does kind of sound like The Rock, but I would have never said that he's trying to be another Rock. I would have never said that. Like, Kevin Nash had to say it for me to be like, okay, well, he kind of sounds like him, but I would never think that he's trying to copy what The Rock does. I wouldn't say he's trying to be the next Rock. I do think that he is trying to be LA Knight. And with WWE, they tell you what to do for the most part and things like that. And people are just like, man, well, he has time and he's trying to find his footing. It's no disrespect to LA Knight, but he's 40. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize the man is 40. Matter of fact, for the past few years, a lot of wrestlers who made championships and main evented, they've been like 35 and up. You get what I'm saying? I'm 34. So, my time's coming. But now we doing C3 stuff. But going into it, some of these guys are, getting their peak stuff after the after years, if that makes sense. Lashley was over 40 winning the WWE Championship twice. And I believe he's 45, 46 now. And he still looks better than when he debuted. So, but going into it, I do disagree with Kevin Nash's take. Now, I do know that Kevin Nash is a Hall of Famer, solidified vet and everything like that. And a lot of people hate his takes on smaller wrestlers. He calls them vanilla midgets and stuff like that. Harsh truth is, Kevin Nash is taller than 98% of the wrestling roster, so everybody's a midget to him. So But I do think that is a bad take on him. I don't think that he's trying to be the next Rock or anything like that. I do think that they're giving him something and he's working with it. I don't even think that WWE expected him to be as popular as he is now. Same thing with Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder did the Z Long Island stories and had webisodes and blogs and stuff like that, and was dancing, jumping around, playing around. He got so popular with the WWE Universe at the time that even when The Rock was cutting a promo, they were saying, "Let's go Ryder, woo woo woo." Now you made it when The Rock is speaking and people are talking about Zack Ryder, to the point to where The Rock actually had to acknowledge that Zack Ryder woo woo woo, like he had to acknowledge it. And they kind of try to put him in a storyline with Cena, and it was going good when he won the U.S. title, and then the stuff with Kane and him liking Eve Torres and stuff like that. It definitely took a turn for the worse for Zachary Ryder. It definitely took a turn for the worse. But he did the best he can do, and WWE has done the bad things with popular wrestlers like that, and then they've done great things with Daniel Bryan and everything like that to be shoehorned and stuff, and even Kofi Kingston with Kofi Mania to be shoehorned in the main event thing. Now, I don't want to say it's too early to tell, but unfortunately, it's too early to tell on what's going to happen with LA Knight. But let's not forget what I'm saying is that if you are a popular wrestler, you are very good at promos, and I always push on my podcast that I do that promos are very important. And now, if you're very good at it, people will compare you to other people, or they're going to say you're trying to be the next, or people may like you. I love MJF promos, and people are saying, "Oh, well, he does the same thing over and over, this in the city and stuff and things like that." I'm like, well, nobody's on AEW's doing that right now. So to me, it works. A lot of people compare him to The Miz. A lot of people they compare him to The Miz dang near since he started. Then they also compare him to Roddy Piper because he wears Burberry stripes. And he did say that Piper is one of his influences and things like that. But people are going to compare. If you look like somebody, they're going to compare you to him. If you talk like him, you're going to be compared to him. I used to wear the fringes like Macho Man did, old school tassels and stuff like that. And then somebody said Black Macho Man or Fake Macho Man. Like somebody said that to me before. I grew my hair, I had dreads and stuff like that. And then some people were saying Kofi Kingston and New Day and things like that. Like some people, they do these kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Some are funny, some are not. Just what some things that people do is just, they're going to automatically say you're just trying to be like this and that. Wendy Chu came out with the sleepy gimmick, and people were saying she was trying to be the next Orange Cassidy because, he does the chillax thing and stuff like that. And I think she has made it her own in NXT and stuff like that. So, these are like things to think about. I don't think that, Kevin is entitled to his opinion and stuff like that, but I don't think that he's trying to be the next Rock or anything. He might want to be as big as the Rock. I mean, who wouldn't? I don't think he's just trying to be like a knockoff Rock or anything. I just think that he's just making the most of what he has. And I did listen to like one of his promos a couple months ago, and I was like, he does kind of sound like the Rock, but I wouldn't personally say that like, oh, you're trying to sound like the Rock and you're trying to be the Rock. And we do know that sometimes creative, they try to tell people to sound like or to be like somebody. So, but I don't think that LA Knight is one of those. But yeah, sorry about that. My Bluetooth cut off and it cut off my whole video. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that LA Knight is going to be the next star? I think if they do it right, it could work. He might not even have to be like in the main event or whatever, but I do think merch. He could push merch and things like that. I do think a lot of people are behind him. Yeah, like I love it. You know what I'm saying? I like these kind of things with catchphrases and stuff like that. And sometimes it makes people remember who you are. But what do you guys think? Next Rock, next LA Knight, was Kevin tripping? What do you guys think will happen with LA Knight? So make sure you guys subscribe. Hope you guys are having a great day. Just take it home. God bless.